Hey folks, Dolph and Dale here, and I have a heavy metal and hard rock update. It's been a while, but I've got a huge stack of awesome CDs and a couple of albums that are kind of bringing up the rear. And so let's just go ahead and jump into it. I think I've got some really cool stuff here. Anyway, the first CD is Mike Stand. This is two albums on one CD. This almost didn't make the cut because it's more Heartland rock as opposed to hard rock. But Mike Stand was the frontman for the Altar Boys, and the Altar Boys, of course, were a pioneering Christian punk band back in the day. Both of these albums are good. Actually, Do I Stand Alone, which is the first album right here, is the one that's more Heartland rock. I think Simple Expressions, if I remember correctly, is more straight ahead rock and roll. And so glad to have this combination. Almost not making the cut was this album. And it's Go by John Schlitt, the former frontman for Petra. It's got its hard rock moments, but I don't know that the whole thing qualifies as hard rock. But it's a great album. And right now they're doing I believe Girder Music is doing a pre-order on vinyl in the limited run vinyl series for John Schlitt's Go. I like this. I did an active listen. I've listened to it several times. One was an active listen, and I really like this album. Like I said, there are a few elements that are a little more rock than hard rock, but still great stuff. Let's see if I can get you a track listing. So looking forward to the vinyl pressing of this. I think it's going to be done in these colors, blue and white. How about a tribute EP? And that's Doug Pinnick. This is his tribute to Jimmy. Often imitated but never duplicated. Of course, Jimmy being Jimi Hendrix, and he hits all the good stuff on here. Spun this a couple times and love it. Of course, I am a big King's X fan, and of course, Doug Pinnick being the frontman, bass player for King's X. I knew I wanted it. Kind of sorry I missed out on the vinyl that Rat Pack did on this because it looked awesome, but can't have everything. Okay, so the next two CDs are by the same band, Minchin, and they are led by guitarist Bill Minchin. This one is called Red Rock. And pretty much straight ahead heavy metal. I really dig it. Melodic heavy metal. Robert Sweet of Stryper played drums on this CD. Of course, Bill Minchin on guitars, Ken Redding on vocals, and Tony Franklin on bass. Robert Sweet plays a lot with Bill Minchin on various projects, so glad to see him on this one. This one's Red Rock. The next one is just Minchin. I think I've heard it referred to as the White Album, and it is pretty white. Okay, so Martin Andrew on vocals, Bill Minchin on stringed instruments, and Robert Sweet on drums, percussion, and cowbell. So there you have it. Mention. Another great metal CD. While we're talking about Stryper, let's talk about Michael Sweet. This is 10. Not sure why. I don't think it's his 10th album, and there are 12 tracks on here. Not sure what that's about, but it's Michael Sweet of Stryper. And one of my favorite rock guys out there. Credible voice, great guitarist. This is also on Rat Pack, like the Doug Pinnick tribute to Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, I bought this back in December, and it's been kind of the constant rotation. Good album. This next CD I may have a little trouble. It's Adiastasia, Life War. And on the back it says Adiastasia comes from the Greek. It means absence of separation or non-separable. The comparisons made on the back are to Stradivarius, Halloween, and Gamma Ray. But will also appeal to fans of 7th Avenue, Divine Fire, and Dynasty. And that's Adiastasia, Life War. Kind of bought this. See, some of these albums that I'm showing you today, I've had since shortly after Thanksgiving. And I really enjoyed this. I think I picked it up in a sale off of, I believe, Boone's Overstock. But I'm not sure about that. It is on Bombworks, which is, I believe, one of the Boone Overstock imprints. So this next album is a real sleeper. And because I've not heard it advertised hardly anywhere, I stumbled across it and picked it up when I heard about it. Got it back in March. Kings of Dust. And this band features Greg Kaysen, the bass. I think he was former bass player of Badlands. Let's see. Also, Jimmy Taft on drums, Ryan McKay on guitars, and Michael Thomas Beck on lead and backing vocals. Really enjoyed Ryan McKay's guitars on this album. Now, this album's not hard to get. You can get it off of Amazon. I checked it this morning, and you can get it for about $9 or $10. I think it's $9. I can't remember. It might have been $9.99. Anyway, Kings of Dust. The next three CDs are all from the same band, and man, I wish I had discovered this band earlier. I might have got in on some of the vinyl because they are so good. It's a thrash band called the Freakings, and here's Gladiator. I have been spinning them pretty regularly and enjoying the music and the artwork. Good band picture. Then we've got Freaking's Rise of Violence. Trying to get you a good track listing. These guys can play. And then finally, Freaking's Toxic End. Good stuff. Well, I like this guy's jacket. He's got a lot of that battle jacket looks really cool. All right. Next two CDs are killers as well. So I saw where this volume 2 was going to be released. I believe it was in January or February. So I went back and got the volume 1, and I'm so glad I did. We're talking about Jorn, and this is Heavy Rock Radio. I got this one first. This was the older one. And what I love about this one is it has some great covers. Mainly these are cover songs, and he just really goes for broke on them. But Hotel California, and from the Eagles Hotel California, and Journey's Don't Stop Believing. A couple of the highlights off here, but the whole thing's good. I've enjoyed everything I've heard from Jorn. I don't have much, but what I have heard I like. And then this next one. It's Heavy Rock Radio, Executing the Classics by Jorn. And check out that CD track listing. There are some bonus songs on here that's not on the vinyl. The song that won me over on this one is his cover of Christopher Cross's Ride Like the Wind. And if you've not heard of Christopher Cross, I'm sure you've heard Ride Like the Wind at some point, but it does fall in that yacht rock category. So, but I'm telling you, Jorn reworks that song and gives us Ride Like the Wind the way it should have been. So I highly recommend this. Another CD that I've been enjoying, just picked this up recently, Of Gods and Monsters. This is Sons of Armageddon is the name of the album. Let me tell you, this thing rocks too. Okay, so playing in the band Gods and Monsters, you have Tim Gaines, who used to be in Stryper. Got Dean Castronovo on drums. Then you also have Kevin Gucher and Joey Tafola. I hope I've pronounced his name right. Anyway, Of Gods and Monsters. I played it a couple times and really enjoyed it. And that has just recently come out. I think you can find it on one of the big three sites. I can't remember if I got mine off of Girder or Boone's Overstock, but anyway, great album. And then this final one is kind of a grail. I picked it up off eBay. So glad I did. I managed to get it really cheap. Joshua, Intense Defense. So this is the band that features Joshua Parahaya on guitars, Rob Rock on vocals, Greg Schultz, keyboards and backing vocals, Emil Leach on bass, and Tim Gert on drums. I would love to see most of the Joshua catalog put back out. A lot of this stuff is out of print, and so hard to get by. But this is a very critically acclaimed album. I know I've heard Doug Van Pelt of Heaven's Metal talk a lot about this album as being one of the all-time greats. Joshua, Intense Defense, and this would be more, I think, melodic metal. Well, of course, Rob Rock and... Okay, so I've got a couple albums to show, just a couple right now. I'll be doing more in the future. This first one, I should thank Jeff McCormick for the heads up, because several months ago he said it was on sale, and I went to Amazon, and sure enough it was, and that's P.O.D. Circles. I am a big P.O.D. fan, and this has some cuts that really rock, and I got it for like $6. And so, Jeff, thank you for the heads up. One of the reasons why I always watch your channel. So in case you spot that Amazon deal before I do, I can get over there and get to it. And then finally, last but certainly not least, great reissue done by Rox Records. We got Red Sea, Blood. Scott did a great job on the new cover. It is a beautiful record. There is the back. If I can get it without the glare. How about that? Red Sea, Blood. There's a good track listing for you. And check out that red vinyl. And custom centering, which is upside down. Gotta love upside down. That was for all the guys in Australia. Now here's for you guys north of the border or equator. So anyway, that is what I have to show you today. Just trying to get caught up. I should have done this update a long time ago, but better late than never. So anyway, hope you're having a great weekend. We're going to catch you soon, and we'll see you later. Peace.